This woman has a ton of gold bracelets on her feet. She swaggered out of the Rolls Royce. A silk dress as white as snow is enough for an ordinary family to earn a year's income. She swaggered through the market with a black umbrella. Her arrogance was very arrogant. You would never guess that she is actually the woman who controls India. The film based on her true story won the Indian box office champion. Because the girl was originally a rich family daughter, at the age of 16, she wanted to become a female star in Bollywood, but was deceived by her first love boyfriend. She was sold to a brothel for 1,000 rupees, which is $13. The girl's name is Ganga, and she looks beautiful. But the brothel Nana has no time to pity her. After a 6-day hunger strike, Ganga, who wanted to live, gave in. Every morning, she put 10 pounds of foundation on her face. Then stand on the side of the street with an expressionless face. The experienced girl taught her to lift her arm against the door, lean one foot against the wall, and then extend her left hand. That's how to attract men's attention. Soon a man fell in love with Ganga, with such a glance in his eyes. Her first tip arrives. To Nana's surprise, Ganga cried and burned the banknotes to ashes. With the help of peers, the glamorous Ganga has become an irreplaceable trump card. Nana asked Ganga to work overtime today, but Ganga disagreed and proposed to have a holiday and asked the girls to go to the movies. At the entrance of the theater, some strangers came to strike up a conversation. Ganga raised her hand to slap him. Never work on days off. Can't you just give us a day off at 4 in the morning? Nana is getting ready to remove her makeup. The doorman came to report that there was a strange guest who called Ganga to get up and was willing to pay double. They didn't know this man was so cruel. He carried a gun with him. When he saw Ganga, he didn't say a word, just pressed her head and beat her. Nana clearly heard the call for help but did nothing. Let Ganga be beaten. This is a high-risk industry after all. Nana, who came to visit Ganga, walked away without apologizing. Ganga now deeply realizes that, if she wants to live, she must fight for her own rights. So she found a man who can change her life. The strange man who called a landline as a mobile phone was named Rahim, the king of Mumbai. But a woman came to complain. Her name is Ganga. She works in a brothel. One of Rahim's perverted men raped her last night. Ganga's neither humble nor arrogant temperament makes Rahim look at her differently. Find this bastard for me. Unexpectedly, not long after the injury healed, the pervert came to Ganga again. Ganga resolutely closed the door. The pervert immediately beaten her. At this time, a luxury car parked at the entrance of the brothel. Rahim appeared murderously. The pervert was dragged out of the room by several strong men. Rahim slapped him backhand when he saw him. Those who beat women are scumbags. It's not a pity to die. Rahim glances back and kills. Ganga is stunned. Then she suddenly woke up and followed suit. Hundreds of neighbors witnessed this scene. God's eyes are open. Nana contracted a serious disease and died, clutching the banknotes when she was dying. Ganga, recognized by Rahim as his sworn sister, takes over Nana's business. But she's not like Nana. She does whatever she wants. Black police come to collect protection fee. Ganga says rising rents make business difficult. She is willing to pay on time if the police can talk to the landlord. Otherwise, go to Rahim and judge. Hearing this, the black police knelt down in fright. Please don't tell the boss. The girls are convinced. They implore Ganga to be their protector. Ganga agrees. She heard that the prostitute next door bought a new girl. She immediately took out 10,000 rupees and forcibly redeemed the little girl. There is another purpose. Accumulate a good reputation and participate in local elections. India's bizarre campaign is more like an exorcism ceremony. Candidate Raman is a transgender who stands on a float with rice and coins to bribe people's hearts. She doesn't care about Ganga at all. So Ganga visited her sworn brother Rahim again. Rahim thought she was here to ask for money. As a result, Ganga didn't take a penny, only offered to represent the underground liquor business, and took 20% of the profit. Rahim appreciates her courage that is more decisive than a man. He gave her the Rolls Royce car on the spot. Unexpectedly, Raman sent her men to the door that night to threaten Ganga's withdrawal from the election. The result is, Bully me? The next day Raman bought the black police to raid the house. The person who sells alcohol during Prohibition will be jailed for 5 years. Unexpectedly, Ganga was already ready. As soon as the mattress was lifted, the black policeman's eyes lit up. Close the team. Wait until Raman's campaign speech. Ganga shows free movie. How can Indians miss such a good thing? All crammed into the auditorium, causing Raman to speak to the air. Ganga wins this time. But in love, she lost everything. 350 grams of gold, 50,000 rupees in cash. This betrothal gift is tempting even with us. But this family in India refused to see the matchmaker without thinking about it. We don't want brothel women to be our daughters-in-law. The matchmaker named Ganga is the famous red light queen in India. Afsan, the handsome young man, is her sweetheart. But the bride is not her. The reason is the disparity. Ganga was born in a wealthy family, but was abducted and sold to a brothel, and became synonymous with lowliness. Even though she is now rich, Afsan's poor peasant parents still look down on her. You will be Afsan's wife from now on. Watching Afsan in his wedding suit, riding a white horse and parading through the streets to celebrate, Ganga burst into tears. But if she wants to be a red light queen, she has to give up her love. When she woke up the next day, the girls swarmed. Congrats to Ganga for winning the election to become the chairman of Kamap. Since then, she has controlled the brothel business of the entire community. In the thank you speech, Ganga only said 4 words: any work is dignified. She wants to fight for more rights for women. But the bad news came the next day. Lawyer informs Ganga. Nearby parochial school files court for permanent seizure of Kamrup on indecent grounds. It's all excuses. In fact, some real estate developers have taken a fancy to this land and want to take the opportunity to annex it at a low price. Rahim, who saw through the conspiracy, shreds the lawyer's clothes. Made in India, the quality is good enough. I will handle the real estate agent, but I want you to settle public opinion down. Coincidentally, Ganga met a reporter who was first interviewed in a magazine and became famous, followed by a crucial speech. Ganga shreds the manuscript prepared by the reporter and sits in a chair full of momentum and complains about social injustice. The bad men came to us voluntarily, but the infamy is ours to bear. We don't bully children and old people. Why the world discriminates against us, whether this speech makes sense or not, you can judge for yourself. But Ganga won the respect of all the local women and became an opinion leader. In order to win the votes of women, local political boss's wife come to visit with smiling face. She wants Ganga help her husband win the election. The premise is to arrange for her to meet the Prime Minister of India. The wife didn't lie. Ganga really has a chance to talk to the Prime Minister of India. In front of the Prime Minister, Ganga didn't say much, only made one request. That is recognizing their legitimacy. Who can refuse the tears of beauty? Indian PM promises to set up committee, makes biggest concession. The returning Ganga is surrounded by people and has almost become a symbol of the Virgin Mary. And in the Reign of Petals, this movie also draws a romantic end. This film is adapted from a real event. Of course, the Indian people love to watch such a counter-attacking cool films. No wonder it won the box office. Okay, this movie ends here. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.